DJ. Can I get? Oh, whoa, hey, so you know, Jasmine Faith, Body Gal Bia, HH Saturday. We going up tonight, family. We going up. We going up. Shrink 28. It's just koala. Give it a couple of more minutes. I wanted to get on earlier, but we about to talk about these sun conjunctions. All right, we gonna break this down. Damn, that Tony Point Lee coming in early. How we doing today? How we feeling under this Aries moon? It's over for that full moon. You got to keep up with the tides. Moon is in Aries now. We're reacting and responding to our passions, goals, and desires now. Not so much our dreams. The moon is gonna be meeting Mars. The moon gonna be linking up with Mars in a few. Successfully me, Derby Kirby. Sheena +4, Jazz. Mwah. Yeah, y'all can't kill me today, yo. I know I said I said today was day one of me not smoking, but family, holy schmoly. Holy schmoly, that smoking devil is that smoke devil is in my house, family. It was tough, man. It's tough. It was tough. Tomorrow day one, man. Tomorrow day one. Y'all know how this shit be. Y'all know day one, day two be the trials. Y'all know it'll be the trial runs. Y'all know we don't be that serious. Alright? You know we really be serious about cutting this shit out day 3, day 4. Alright, y'all? So y'all gotta work with me. This shit hard. This shit hard, family. But I can't give no excuses. I gotta have some spiritual strength right now. I cannot give no excuses. That's why I gotta come and smoke this shit on here with y'all. So y'all know like, bro, we see you. Yep, I know y'all see me. Can't hide it. I am Louise Charles, Maya Pizzi, Naja Singletary, D Sky, Star Niece and Honey, Barry the Mystic, and Beezy. Family, are we ready to get into these sun and moon conjunctions? Are we ready to go in tonight? All right, because it looked like y'all was in tune when I was tweeting about it earlier today. Nadia Simone. A Shot B. Yo, fam, yeah, y'all just keep me in just keep me in positive thoughts, y'all. We all fighting different battles. I tell y'all all the time, it's an everyday battle. Every day we gotta learn some shit. So this motherfucker right here is just, look, to keep it a stack with you, to keep it real with y'all, family. If we really about to talk about weed right now, love me, Mary Jane. Do you think about me, Mary Jane? Look, family, like, we tap you into the spirit. We tap you into spirit. So I don't care what videos you gonna watch from this spiritual person, that spiritual person, this person, that person talking about motherfucking, and it's hot in my crib too. I don't know why the fuck I was so goddamn hot. Listen. When it comes to diet, when it comes to what you put in your body, when it comes to what you paying attention, everybody's motherfucking different. Everybody is motherfucking different. All right. I used to be in college when I used to play ball. When I got to college, I started smoking heavy before I got to college, like my senior year of high school. By the time I was a freshman in college, I was like, yeah, weed got me. I already know it got me. But I used to look at other niggas on other teams or my team or whatnot that were doing their thing. It was one of the best players, and they smoked. And I got in a state of having to learn, like, yo, everybody's different. I can't look at somebody else, say this person smoke, this person do that, and compare it to me. If I know I'm doing something out of moderation, I'm not practicing moderation and balance, I gotta check my own motherfucking self. I can't start pointing that motherfucker in the external. But this person do that, this person. So it don't matter what it is. You always have to have a sense of moderation and balance. So even with this weed shit, like I said, we tap you into spirit. We tapping into the spirit realm. All right, you detaching from the physical realm. So yeah, substances help you get away from your problems in different frequencies. The frequency that weed tapping you in ain't the frequency liquor is tapping you in. The frequency weed tapping you in ain't the frequency shrooms and psychedelics is tapping you in. To be honest with you, psychedelics, and I've experienced psychedelics too, all right? I've tried shrooms, amazing. But it's like, that shit is more damaging. That shit is really more damaging to the brain than weed, if anything. You feel me? Because that shit is really tapping you into all type of subconscious energies that you really want to be learning how to do subconscious naturally. But psychedelics is they penetrating different things in your brain though. They hitting different sensors in your brain. So if your brain is getting tapped into these sensors, if you're overindulging in psychedelics, it can really transform these sensors, these things that you're picking up in your brain, things dealing with DMT, your dream retention. Psychedelics, overindulging into that can affect those things. All right, but overindulging in anything ain't healthy. So family, y'all gonna have to hold me accountable to this weed. Like, is you day one strong, bro? Is this 2 days strong? I'm gonna be like, it's 2 days strong. If I crack, I'm gonna be like, I crack. But this Virgo season, we ain't got no goddamn time for excuses. Virgos, do you see Virgos? Do y'all be seeing Virgos give excuses about shit? No, they motherfucking get shit done. They find out how to get shit done. A Virgo ain't never about to ask somebody something before researching it on themselves. Like if there's something you can Google and find out, and you ask a Virgo instead of Googling it first, they gon' look at you like you incompetent as hell. They gonna look at you like you can't get simple information for yourself. So when it comes to excuses, they can't do that, because when it comes to their goals, they already trying to over critique that, make that shit perfect. So for somebody else to come in there and have a critique, is like they leave very little space for that. So Virgo season, this is the influence we have to put ourselves under. When it comes to our actions, our day-to-day routine, how we schedule and organizing, ain't no time for excuses. Ain't no time for that. All right? You're a Cap with a Cancer moon? No, I'm a Libra. I'm a Libra sun, Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising. Snazzy star, Virgo harmony. Do you love me, man? Shout out to Rick James. Anybody know Rick James' zodiac sign? I think he Aquarius, if I'm not mistaken. Just DXO. Jen XOX. Shelby Danielle. ZZ. Tatiana M. Wallace. And I love y'all, because I know y'all not about to judge me. I be coming here, I'm looking crazy right now. Like, my hair looking dry. Like, I'm just looking crazy right now. But we ain't here for that. We here to understand what it means to have conjunctions in your chart. We here to understand what it means to have another planet by your sun. All right? Another planet by your moon. And we're going to break each one of them down. Stella Mays, Miss One of a Kind. Jukai. I am a vegan this week, next week I might be a vegan again or pescatarian. Am I listening to my body? It be like that. And I done been through them levels. I went from going pescatarian to vegetarian to vegan, back to having that shit, back to close to a year of me eating whatever I want. Now me back to saying like, I don't think I could eat whatever I want. I think I took that a little too far. So it's always you having these self-check and balance system within yourself. You always seeing what's not resonating with you. Food, relationships, substance, location, what you're paying attention to, all right? All of that matters. That's all energy. Lauren Ashley, Eva BB. Yeah, LSD, them psychedelic LSD, shrooms. You know, when you overindulge in them things, they really take a toll on your psyche. They really take a toll on, because like I say, family, when your physical vessel shuts down, aka when we sleep, spirit really just going back to where, well, I don't even like to say the term back, because it's not like it leaves the spirit realm. It fake leaves the spirit realm when you're in a body, but essentially your spirit always in the esoteric realm, because it's a frequency. It's not no thing. All right, it's not nothing. It's no thing. So, you know, when you go to sleep, your dreams are showing you where your spirit is at. That ain't like, your dreams is not Your dreams is not just a created image. Your dreams are the frequency vibration your spirit is at, but the reason why you see things from this lifetime, from this realm, is because this is the representation that your chakras and shit have to use from this lifetime for you to pick up on certain frequency vibrations. So it don't really necessarily sometimes be about what you seeing and what you doing. It's how the fuck you feel during your dreams. If you could wake up and you don't remember much, but you feel frightened, you feel startled, that shows you something about where your spirit at. If you wake up, you feel determined, you feel courageous, you feel like you about to manifest some shit, show you where your spirit at. Alright? So this is really what we want to be paying attention to in our dreams. Lady Yes say 26. Germ scores. One day at a time, right? I am Tiff J. What's poppin', Tiffy? Knowing me is a luxury. Pac's wife, Samani, enough fur. Shout outs to you Libra Risings, Nadia Simone. I fuck with you Libra Risings. I fuck with Libra Risings heavy, man. I fucks with y'all really heavy. Very understanding people, man. Libra Moon. Pisces Sun, Libra Moon, Aries Rising. Okay, you got that opposition with the... oh, no, you got not opposition. Yeah, you got opposition with your moon and your personality. Got a fiery personality that you want to relate. Okay, Sun conjunct Neptune, all right. Libra, Sun conjunct Mars, all right. We got these conjunctions in the building. Anais, all right, y'all. Okay, Sun conjunct Pluto. Oh yeah, we about to. I know y'all Sun, Moon conjunct Plutos. I know the Pluto in Scorpio generation. I know y'all waiting for y'all. I know y'all waiting to hear that shit. I know y'all waiting. Pluto and Scorpio generation. We don't play. We don't play. We not playing. We done shook some shit up since we came in. Shout out if you Pluto and Scorpio gang. Shout out to us. We examples of showing the world, because when we talk about Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, these are all generational placements. So you're gonna share these with your class. You're gonna share these with people you graduate with. You feel me? Because these planets stay in signs for a while. All right. Uranus is in Taurus right now. It might be there until 2030. All right. So when we talk about what you call it. Let's just get into the conjunctions. Let's just get right into it. I just wanted to wave to y'all, shout y'all out. Oh, Pluto. I was talking about Pluto, Scorpio. These are generational planets. So your Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto placements. When you look at these placements, understand you're an example of a generational movement. So the Pluto and Scorpio movement, Pluto home in Scorpio, Pluto dealing with your long-term passions, goals, and desires, and transformation. Scorpio, all right, is dealing with the energy behind the scenes. It's dealing with your deep passions, goals, and desires. It's dealing with the frequency vibration that you pick up on when you're meeting somebody and they're communicating, but you ain't necessarily picking up on the feeling of what they're communicating. You picking up on whatever the fuck that feeling, that communication, that expression coming from. Scorpios get into that shit. So that's why it don't really matter how an air sign or, how a fire sign might be able to express themselves, because at times water signs can get psyched up by how somebody make them feel. Air signs sometimes know how to talk to water signs to make water signs feel a type of way until the water sign catch on to it and realize the physical energy ain't matching with the vibration. Scorpios though, you might psych up a Cancer or Pisces before a Scorpio. And if you're psyching up a Scorpio, you probably have some Scorpio energy. You probably know how to already move behind the scenes. And that's another thing about Scorpios. They know how to penetrate to you could think you have a whole shield. You could think that your sun sign protecting your moon and your true feelings and emotions around the Scorpio, especially Scorpio moons. They know how to get to that core. Because they don't give a fuck about this vessel. They don't care about what they seeing. They don't care about that shit. All right? I got to get to the root. I got to get to where the intentions is coming from. I'm ruled by Mars. You feel me? So Pluto and Scorpio generation, we just don't give a fuck. When Pluto is in Scorpio, you don't give a fuck about what the external realm think about your long-term passions, goals, desires. You more influence of change. You here to change the external realm based on your deep passions, goals, and desires. You feel me? All my Scorpio sun, moon, risings, Mars and Scorpios to a degree. You here for motherfuckers to see how you dealt with such a passionate concept, how you dealt with such a deep, turbulent motherfucking situation with the feelings and emotions, something that transformed the feelings and emotions. Scorpios, y'all are here to deal with them things and rise through that shit. Rise as a phoenix, rise through that dirt, rise through that darkness, rise through that low moment, and be an example. Like, yeah, everybody, we have to persevere through them 8th house energies. We have to learn to pick up on the energies behind people when we're communicating and deal with them. We have to understand the world deals with secrets, cheating, ulterior motives, hidden agendas. That's why y'all got y'all Scorpio friends that when y'all be inviting them places or y'all be trying to bring them to other places that y'all associated with, that's why they have a guard. Cause it's like, I don't know them motherfuckers. Like, I don't know what type of energies I might potentially be letting within my space. Scorpio don't play that shit. Alright? So Celia Farah, Kayla DeCasso, Priscilla Styles, Indigo Chow, Shayna V. Picks. Alright, let's get into these. Neoma Nova. Neoma Nova be having some real dope poetry in her stories. Y'all want to go tap into that. I be having to pick up them gems in that energy. That random Gemini, Shantae Dion. Alright, family, so let's get right into it. Conjunctions. Alright, so when we talk about conjunctions in a natal chart, conjunctions is when you got 2, or you might have 3, you might have 4, you might have 5 planets that are sharing the same space. Alright, different astrologers are gonna say, like, if 2 planets are 7 degrees away from each other, to me this is the farthest they can go. If they 8, 9, 10 degrees, to me it's not a conjunction anymore. 7 degrees for me, that's it. If them motherfuckers are 7 degrees apart, they in the same space. They 8, 9, 10, I feel like that's too distant to say they sharing space. So you may have 2, 3, 4, 5 planets that's in the same space. What does this mean? Not only does this mean that whatever area of life that them, aka house, whatever house you have these planets in, that's showing that this is an emphasis area of life in this lifetime. This is the area of life that you cannot be like a daisical in. This is the area of life that you manifested chakras in there, because you got to pay attention to that house. You have spiritual business to take care of. You have karmic lessons to take care of in that house. All right. The empty houses in your chart, they're more fulfilled. They're more, you took care of business in your last lifetime or whatnot. Now, when we talk about conjunctions, this is an aspect. So we have all different type of aspects. We have conjunctions. We have squares, oppositions. We have trines, sextiles, quincunxes. Okay, semi-sextiles, semi-squares. But when we're talking about, and all of these aspects can be viewed as powers, gifts, challenges, lessons, opportunities. When we're talking about conjunctions, you are supposed to be viewing these as powers. These are 2 planets in your chart, 2 stars, 2 spirits that are working together to be one star. If you have 3, 4 planets sharing space, you got 3, 4 motherfuckers saying, hey, this lifetime, we got this shit cracking. We gonna get the ball rolling. We working together. This a tag team. This a triple tag team. Might be a quadruple tag team out this mug. So when we looking at conjunctions, understand that. Understand that they're a team, all right? So 2 stars is always better than 1 star, all right? If we had the collective to be on the shit we thinking, the world would be different. The world does not change, and this is what we have to understand with spirituality and the government and all that. The world don't change us. The world is only manifesting our energies. We make the world up. We're the stars that make this shit up. I always tell you all the time, the sun, moon, technically the moon ain't even a star. Technically, that shit ain't even really a quote-unquote star. The moon is really some whole other shit. But the sun and Mercury and Mars, these are a bunch of stars coming together to make one big star. All right. So when you look at your natal chart and you see, oh shit, my sun next to Mars, or oh shit, Mars and Venus next to each other, oh shit, Saturn and whatever next to each other. These 2 people, these 2 spirits, these 2 chakras, these 2 planets are influencing each other. If you have the sun and moon conjunct, when the sun is getting into some shit, the moon is there. Like, how are we taking care of this? When the moon is getting into some shit, the sun is like, yo, what's up? They're conjunct. They're sharing energies. You're not really using one planet at a time when you have planets conjunct. It's simultaneous energy. So when you have So let's go ahead and start running them now. All right, so we're going to talk about sun conjunct all other planets, and we're going to go through the moon conjunct all other planets. All right, now, what is the sun? First of all, what is the sun? The sun is the tool, the chakra, because we know we're spirits. We're just spirits. We're just a frequency. We're no thing. We're no thing. You cannot call a spirit a thing. It is nothing. Spirit creates shit. Spirit use shit. Spirit using this body right now. Spirit is utilizing this experience to spiritually grow. All right. This shit did not create spirit. So if you got any astrologer, teacher, any spiritualist, healer talking about the spirit is the light, the spirit is the breath, the spirit, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. All right. This shit is temporary. Spirit does this shit. Once this body expires, spirit going back to the esoteric realm. You naturally gonna start resonating with a different frequency based off the frequency vibration you transitioned in, you died in, and when you start resonating with another frequency, another spirit, now you go from a frequency into vibration. Now you go from a spirit. Now you're a individual soul. Now you're a soul. That's the difference between a spirit and a soul. That's why we correlate the moon to the soul. All right. So you go from being a spirit, a frequency. So you're back to being nothing. You're not in a body. But once you pick up on another frequency that's on the same frequency as you start resonating. That other frequency you pick up on, that could be your mom, your next father, all right? And then once you start resonating with that frequency, you like, oh shit, I gotta find a way to get up in that motherfucking body, all right? So then through different ways, you trying to get into different vessels, all right? When you're vibrating, you may work into your mother's, father's body as a blood vessel, as oxygen, through smoke. Spirit jumps into all different type of vessels. Spirit loves smoke vessels. Spirit loves bubbly vessels. All of that. All right. At the end of the day, everything really is water. This is water. This is just a different condensation of water. All right. But when we talking about motherfucking spirits, utilizing the tools, that's what it is. But when you don't understand that when you don't understand that your sun in Gemini, that you're using that, and it's not supposed to be just influencing you to do shit all day. It's not just supposed to be influencing your actions and shit all day. It is a light. It is a light that you picked as a spirit, and as a spirit, you're not a light. So certain lights that you pick, certain tools and chakras that we pick can blind us, and we could get lost in these things. We could get lost in the high horse of what we think we are, especially with our sun signs. All right, especially with our sun signs. But when we talk about the sun, this tool is the tool that we use to represent how we look. I always tell you, the moon is how we feel, the sun is how you look. The sun gonna represent your appearance. Your sun gonna represent your natural actions. The sun always shed light, right? So the sun gonna represent what you're consciously aware of, what you pay attention to, what you're always paying attention to. And the sun also correlates to your actions. So based off where your sun is at, these are also the actions that you pay attention to other people. So we know air deal with communication. So if you have the sun in air, you be paying attention and you're consciously aware of how other people communicate to you and amongst others. If you got the sun in fire, you're consciously aware of how other people be expressing themselves. If you got the sun in earth, you're consciously aware and you be paying attention to how people make money, deal with stability, deal with responsibilities, organization, networking, getting from point A to B. If you got the sun in water, you be paying attention to the subconscious. You be you're paying attention to how you think somebody may feel about things. That's why water signs ain't, a lot of astrologers be saying shit like water signs, or you got your moon here, they could pick up on your feelings. It ain't necessarily water signs be picking up on people's feelings. They dealing with feelings and emotions. They dealing with reactions. They dealing with vibrations. So they understand how these things work. So they 9 out of 10 times, a water sign knows how you're going to react or act about something if they pick up that you're in a certain frequency vibration, if you're in a certain feeling and emotion. So it'll seem like a water sign could pick up on your feelings and emotions. It could seem like a water sign knows your intentions. It's just that they know feelings and emotions. They know 9 out of 10 times the motherfucker depressed, 9 out of 10 times the motherfucker feeling like this, 9 out of 10 times the motherfucker feeling like that. 9 out of 10 times these are the results. This is how they may react. This is how they may act. But water signs know that and still get lost in their own waters from time to time. All right? Because they just water. This is what it is every day. An air sign could get lost in fucking air. An air sign could get lost in talking too goddamn much. All right? An earth sign could get lost in being too goddamn fucking dry and practical. All right? And everything being about a bag. All right? A fucking fire sign could get lost in being too goddamn expressive, not knowing when to turn it down, not knowing when to put a restriction on their expression. How the fuck you contain fire? Once I can't like box this shit, I can't like. You gotta let that shit do it. So sometimes y'all fire signs be still being fire in places we need y'all to simmer down a little bit. And it's hard for other people to want to come in and even touch the fire. It's hard for somebody to tell y'all Leo risings like, hey girl, I think you should. I don't want to step on your toes, but girl, them shoes do not go with that dress. Like, you be scared to tell your Leo friend that though. You be scared to touch that fire because you don't know how your ass might get burnt after that. But you coming out of positive intention. All right. So we are our energies. We can't motherfucking help it. We cannot help it. But we can become more consciously aware of self and start learning how to channel and direct our energies and start learning how to be like, yo, my sun and moon and this shit. All right, y'all motherfuckers do what the fuck I need y'all to do. Y'all didn't pick me. I came into this realm and picked you motherfuckers. I picked the moon in Taurus. I picked the sun in Gemini. I picked Mercury. All right, you picked them shits. They didn't choose your ass. You resonated with these things by the shit you was paying attention to and feeling in your past life. All right. So we gotta understand that shit. The stars, the planets, you're using these things. You're utilizing these tools. All right. So when we talk about the sun, this is how you use the sun. You use it to represent how you look. Use it to represent to see what you're consciously gonna be paying attention to. Your actions, your natural actions. All right. So if we know that's the sun, if whatever Libra intuition was popping, if you have any energy by that conjunct that sun, just know this energy, this planet, this frequency vibration is going to be attached to your actions. It's going to be attached to your appearance. It's going to be attached to how you want people to see you. It's going to be attached to how you take your actions. All right. So let's understand that. So first, sun conjunct moon. Sun conjunct moon. What is the moon? The moon is how you react and respond to the world that you live in. We all right now experiencing planet Earth. But if you got a motherfucking Taurus moon, I got a Capricorn moon, we live in different worlds. We live in different worlds. We react and respond to different things. All right. The moon also represents how you deal with your emotional stability. Overall, how you deal with feelings and emotions. I tell y'all that we catch feelings. We all have our natural emotional state, but we catch feelings, and depending on where your emotional state is at, depending if your moon is in air, earth, water, fire, shows you how you deal with feelings that you catch, how you process them things. All right, air and earth moons ain't really trying to deal with them. Fire moons catch a feeling, and then it's like they gotta express it, they gotta get it out, because they're the masculine representation of the yin realm. They're the masculine representation of the feelings. Water signs catch a feeling and soak in on it. See how that shit really feels. This is why I say water signs can get lost in their waters, because a water sign can catch a negative feeling and want to soak in that, because it's just a feeling. You be like, oh shit, a feeling. Let me just wear this on me for a little bit until I feel like I gotta attach or detach from this shit. You feel me? So when you got the sun conjunct the moon, first of all, the sun is your actions, the moon is your reactions. So when you have the sun conjunct the moon, when you feel like doing something, you do it. When you feel like reacting to something, you do it. People that be having the sun and moon in the same sign, they pretty much, they do what they say and say what they do. And that could play out negative. That's positive and negative. We just talking about the direct energy right now. We just talking about the direct energy. If your sun is your actions and the moon is your feelings and emotions, that means every time you're dealing with the feelings and emotions, the sun is right there to be like, oh, what's up? What's going on? And the sun is going to be enticed to act on it or express it. If you have, and think about it vice versa. If the sun is going through something, you feel me, the sun paying attention to something, what's the moon going to do? The moon going to see what they're paying attention to and start feeling on it. And developing more concepts, ideas, and putting more energy into it. And this is why you can overstimulate yourself when you have the sun and the moon in the same sign, because these are two of your biggest, most important chakras, and you got them in the same sign. So let's say you have the sun and moon, in Sagittarius, all right? Your moon is already reacting and responding to feeling free-spirited, to feeling like creating new experiences, all right? Connecting to new things, new people, places, and things, feeling like obtaining new knowledge, all right? And this is why Sagittarius moons can live a chaotic lifestyle because they always in a state of reacting and responding to those things, because that's what makes them comfortable. The moon sign is what makes you comfortable. So if you have the sun in Sagittarius, when you feel like embarking on new adventures, it ain't really gonna be that much things to hold you back when there's an opportunity to do that. It ain't really gonna be that much to be, depending on other alignments. It may not be that much feelings and thoughts to be like, you don't really know this motherfucker. I know you want new experiences, but this don't look that safe. Or you don't really know that location right there. Or you actually gotta do this. You sure you want to organize that and deal with some more, take more practical and rational action? That should go out the window. That shit could go out the window for a regular Sagittarius sun. So when you got the sun and moon in there, you gonna act on how you feel. Point blank, period. But when we do synastry, all right, if you guys was to get a synastry chart reading and then I see the person that you're dating, y'all sun and moons are conjunct, this is one of the most powerful aspects in astrology, in synastry. It's true marriage, all right? The masculine energy is conjunct with the ultimate feminine energy. So the person that's the sun person is willing to take action to make sure that the feelings and emotions of the moon person is secure, is good, is comfortable. And then the moon person feels like they need to cater to the actions. They feel like they need to make sure they're reacting and responding to the actions of the sun person, and they're trying to put themselves in a space to align with the sun person. So just look at this from an internal aspect. This is internal marriage within your own spirit, within your own tools. Your actions and reactions are on the same page. So there really is not going to be that many times where you got to tell yourself to act on something, because for the most part, when we feel like doing something, we're gonna do it. So if your sun is in the same page with your moon, you most likely 9 out of 10 times, 10 out of 10 times, you do the shit you feel like doing sooner or later. But at the same time, you're gonna be in a state of having to tell yourself the opposite, like, yo, I need to calm it down. I can't just be out here just thinking I could just act on whatever the fuck I want to act to when I feel like acting on it. All right, but all of these things, the temperament of these things change depending on the sign. If you have the sun and moon in a fire sign, fire moons already always feel like expressing themselves. All right, so they're gonna be, they could be real impulsive. They might not be as impulsive if they're an Aries moon, because Aries moons are really lone wolves. Aries moons are really comfortable not having that many friends. Is the self, is the leader sign, the first. So when you have it in the moon, it's different from the sun. When you feel like a fucking Aries, when you feel like the self, when you feel like the I am, then that's what the fuck it is. You the I am. It's like, I can give a fuck about being around a bunch of people. I don't even fuck with people like that. My opposite sign be on that shit, Libra. They fuck with people all day, every day. So I don't feel like be entertaining relationships and all that shit all day. So why Aries gotta learn their life lesson, be learning how to relate to others. But for the most part, you know, sun and moon and fire, you're gonna be a very expressive person, period. Even if you are an Aries moon. Because if you a Leo sun and you a Sagittarius sun, regardless, you're gonna end up expressing what you know, or creatively expressing your passions, goals, and desires. All right, but my double fire signs, y'all have to really learn how to see when to channel y'all expression, because the reason why double fire signs, the reason why it may not always rub people wrong, because for the most part y'all just creative as hell. So it's just like, it's like people want to stay around y'all. Like, people just, whether y'all entertaining, whether y'all charge people up, inspire people, motivate people through your action, how you express yourself, but it could be too much. It could be too much heat in the building sometimes. He a double fire sign? Double Aries? You know, Freddie, my brother double Aries. Freddie's double Aries. You feel me? So when you have the sun and moon in air, it's a little different in there too. Because the sun don't really like being in air. The sun don't like being in air. So this is a placement where you may feel like reacting to something, but your sun might continue to think on it. All right. But one thing about you double air signs, y'all could talk like a motherfucker. Y'all could talk like a motherfucker. The Aquarius sun. The Aquarius sun's gonna come off detached. The Aquarius sun's gonna come off detached, but if they moon in Gemini or Libra, forget it. You're gonna realize they could talk. You gonna realize it. You gonna realize they can hold the conversation with your ass. All right. Sun and moon and earth. All right. Now the moon kind of resonates with earth. The moon is exalted in Taurus. All right. The moon used to rule Virgo. It used to rule Virgo. All right. So we gotta understand that too. This is why you Virgos could be very nurturing. Virgos could be very nurturing. Virgos definitely understand growth. Virgos definitely understand, you know, they're probably the most, I'd say Virgos and Taurus the most emotional earth signs. Because Taurus got Venus and the moon influencing it. The moon debilitated in Capricorn, all right? But overall, the moon resonates with the earth element. So this is why earth signs kind of are like number one here on earth, like, because you guys are earth signs, so you already are in the state of resonating with the earth element. And what is earth dealing with? Structure, practicality, organization, common sense, making sense of things, stability, goddamn money, all right, financial gains, getting from point A to B. So that's what earth signs be on all time, all 24/7 in the earth realm. So they happen to have their physical success come quicker than others, all right? I always say this about Taurus moons. Taurus moons get so much goddamn support that the shit that a Taurus moon would do with money, they got access to the shit they would do with money. This way they don't be caring about money like that. Now I'm not saying the Taurus moon is comfortable being broke. I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that at all. Ain't no motherfucking double earth sign, ain't no motherfucking moon earth sign comfortable feeling broke. A broke Taurus moon is a depressed Taurus moon. A broke Virgo moon is working 4 jobs, all right? Before they a Virgo moon will work 4 jobs and have no social life before they can't pay a bill. And a motherfucking Capricorn moon, shit, I'm a testimony. I don't go outside if my pocket's fucked up. I don't go outside if my pocket's fucked up. Capricorns, we all about presentation. We come out the 10th house, so we all about how we broadcast it, presentation and whatnot. So it's like, I'm bougie. Capricorns be bougie. Like, I can't wait on lines. Like, not to be bougie. Like, I just can't. I can't wait on lines. I gotta be VIP when I'm in the club. I gotta be in a section. I don't want to go to the club. Like if I can't have my mans give me money, hold me down. I can't be drinking other niggas' bottles. I cannot do that shit. I'm staying in the crib. I'm staying in the crib working on my motherfucking purpose. I'm going to the gym. I'm reading. I'm learning. And I'm working on my business. I'm doing 10 readings a day if I got to. I'm doing what I got to do to make sure that I can't do it, because I can't do it. You Cap, sun, moon, and risings will get it. They know it. But the Cap moons, they die for that shit, though. Earth moons, they don't play that shit. You feel me? And if you got your sun and moon conjunct in a water sign, you got your sun and moon conjunct in water, you got to understand that you be getting lost in your water. You know you be getting lost in your waters. You know it. Because water moons are already dealing with the feelings and emotions. The moon already resonates with water element, because water, you know, is dealing with vibrations. You know, it's dealing with honing in. The moon is dealing with all them energy. The moon is dealing with vibrations, dealing with motion. All right. So when you have the moon in water, you're already reacting and responding to your feelings and emotions. Cancer moons, to me, that's the best moon placement. Besides Taurus moon, but like Cancer moons, they're beasts, because the ones that realize, damn, if I feel and be thinking about it for a little bit, I manifest it. Once they start realizing that shit, turn into magicians out here. But I be telling y'all, Cancers just having to deal with a lot of emotional responsibility that y'all don't be knowing about. So that's why they have the conflict, understanding that shit and grasping that shit. But the ones that do, they powerful. All right. And when you have, so when you have the moon in water, like, you feel me, Cancer moon's boom. You got the moon in Pisces. You always reacting and responding to the yin realm, to your dreams, your imaginations, all right, to the things you feel within. You're always trying to see, like, damn, can this shit come into the physical realm? You Pisces moons put the physical realm on hold. It's like y'all come in the world, y'all incarnate here, but Pisces moons don't really be fully incarnating all the way. It's like a piece of them still really be stuck up there. So they go through their life putting the physical realm on hold while they still fucking around up there and shit. So the moon like that shit. Pisces can't be getting lost in that shit. And then Scorpio moons, even though it's still water, Scorpio moons are still dealing with connection. It's just that they got Mars there now at the 8th house, so they deal with more vulnerability, bringing the emotions and feelings up. They deal with way more work than a Pisces or Cancer moon has to do, expressing the feelings and emotions or connecting the feelings and emotions. I'd say it goes Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. A Pisces moon will connect the feelings and emotions. Maybe Pisces moons have to learn how not to be connecting the feelings and emotions so goddamn quick. Cancers be there, and they either block their opportunities or engage into opportunities to connect depending on how they feel. So a Cancer might block their own blessings because they not feeling it, but it could have been something that could sprout it into something healthy. But maybe they still learn how to deal with how they want to set the temperament. The moon in motherfucking Scorpio, the moon in Scorpio, you feel me? They connected to their passions and goals, so they'll put other things on hold. A Scorpio moon gonna put their desires on. I mean, not their desires. Like they'll put their relationship, they'll put a friendship, they'll put some shit on hold to connect to a deep passion, goal, and desire. And people always connecting Scorpios to sex. Scorpios is not even really all about sex for real. Is they're dealing with their desires. Now, if the Scorpio desire is in their lower energies and by the root chakra and whatnot, and is dealing with connecting with others and whatnot, then that Scorpio gonna be overindulging into sex for the most part, because that's one of their heavy desires. It really be Libras. It really be Libras. Not even to put Libras on blast, but Libras really be the one thinking about sex all the goddamn time, because it's the connection energy. It is the relationship energy. It is the energy dealing with relating to somebody else. Some Libras can't look at some people. Some Libras be having to fucking teach themselves how to stop. What's the word? What's the word, bro? When like if I was to look at a female and I'm just looking at her for her physical vessel, like not lustful, but like you looking at people like they not people. You looking at them like if I was to, there's a specific word for it. There's a specific word for it. Basically, when you look at human beings like they not people, you just lusting on looking at them like a piece of meat or whatnot. So Libras be, y'all think I don't be, I mean, I'm just, obviously I understand this from an internal level because I am a Libra, but this really is just the energy. You feel me? Comes out of the 7, objectifying. Is another word, but that is, that fits the term too. But I think that is the word I'm looking for. Objectifying. Facts. You just be objectifying people and shit. Libras gotta chill on that shit. Earth placements gotta chill on that shit too. Venus and Capricorns. Venus and Capricorns. Venus in Taurus. I know. But y'all don't be objectifying people on the lustful way. Y'all be objectifying people in a robot way. Like what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing? What are we building? What are we structuring? What are we organizing? It's like, damn, I actually have some thoughts. I actually have some feelings and emotions. You don't want to know about that? You want to know about my traumas, what I've been through? You don't want to know about my last relationship? You just want to know about my last paycheck? Got you. Well, we might as well cancel this. We might as well end this date now. Check. And I told you how much I make a year, so you obviously probably know we're going to split this check, right? Yeah. Yep. I knew you would know that. All right. So you feel me, y'all? Y'all got to chill on that. So, Sun and Moon conjunctions. Oh. Damn, my comments just disappeared. Okay. Sun and Moon conjunctions. This is what we dealing with. You got to learn to check your goddamn actions. For the most part, a lot of us be having moons. We be having moons that be sending commands to the sun, and we be having suns that don't fuck with our moon. We be having suns. You feel me? We be having so your sun moon might be squaring. If you got a sun square like me, my sun in Libra, my moon in Capricorn, that's a square. So my moon be doing shit, be wanting my Libra sun to do shit that Libra be bugging out, not doing, and it makes me uncomfortable when you have a square, when you have an opposition. All right, because you don't be acting on the things you feel like, or you act on things you ain't really feel like doing, and you always telling yourself like, what the fuck? Why I say that? Why I do that? You feel me? But when you got the sun and moon in the same shit, you don't be doing it. You do the opposite. And it's to the point that when people tell you about your actions, you could be so lost in how you feel about a situation, person, place, or thing, Because if the sun is what you're paying attention to, but then what you're paying attention to, your feelings is invested in it. So if you're in a situation that you're in the wrong, and you got the sun and moon in the same sign, especially sun and moon in water and fire, sun and moon in water and fire, and sun and moon in fixed signs, you guys could be in the wrong about something. Your friends, family, whatever, somebody you care about could be trying to enlighten you to how you wrong. And because the situation you're paying attention to, you already have a lot of your feelings invested into it. It take a lot of work for you to kind of start seeing the other side of the motherfucking, feel me? It's or the story or the perspective. It's like, because there's so much attention and feeling in one space. So it plays out as super positive at times, and it can play out super negatives at times. All right, family? So boom, that's sun and moon conjunctions. Now, sun conjunct Mercury. What is Mercury? Mercury is how we think, communicate, all right? But how we critically think, how we critically break down the details of things and observe things and analyze and do puzzles. And you playing chess, you reading some shit, you fixing some shit, you trying to figure out the instructions or some shit, you in your Mercury bag. You're utilizing Mercury. Now, this is the thing about Mercury. Now, when we talking about these conjunctions, the sun has different relationships with all these planets. The sun relationship with the moon is a different relationship with Mercury. All right. So, Mercury is his youngest son. The moon, that's wifey. So this is a different relationship. Mercury favors the sun though. All right. Mercury's either gonna be, your Mercury sign is either gonna be in your sun sign, in the sign before you, or the sign after you, because Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. Essentially, though, spiritually, Mercury was designed to be in your sun sign, because Mercury is how you think and communicate. So your actions is supposed to favor how you end up expressing it, thinking, and communicating about it. But because Mercury be going on so many different type of travels, because of retrograde going back and forth, it may resonate in it being in the sign before or after you. So when you have the sun conjunct Mercury, people, oh yeah, that's another thing about the sun and moon before we go back to sun and Mercury. Understand that, like I said, the sun is your appearance. So a lot of the times with the sun conjunct the moon, it's hard for y'all to not wear y'all emotions on y'all sleeves. That's another thing about you sun and moon conjunction. Alright? It'd be hard for y'all to hide y'all emotions. It'd be hard for y'all not to have y'all emotions on y'all sleeve. And once again, this is a positive and negative thing if you're gonna ask me, because I feel like there's times you have to learn how to not let somebody see your feelings and emotions. You have to learn how to guard that shit sometimes. Sometimes we get taken advantage of because we done showed so much feelings and emotions. Alright? Now I got a lot of Scorpio energy, so obviously what I just said, a lot of that came out of that, but motherfucker, this is what the Scorpios is here to teach us. This is what the Scorpios is here to teach us. Alright? You keep throwing all that feeling emotion all willy-nilly all over the goddamn place and see what happens. Alright? See if your ass don't put yourself in a potential space to get manipulated. See if you don't put your ass in a potential space to get cheated on, or whatever. Alright? So, that's what we want to keep in mind. Alright? Now, sun conjunct Mercury, when you appear to be very analytical, you appear to be somebody that's always relying on the mind, relying on the intellect. You're always analyzing, observing, and trying to see the details of what people's actions are and how they express themselves. Alright? When you're about to take action on things, you get into your thinking bag. Alright? So, Sun and Mercury's, these people they're kind of more patient with their actions, because they already they got to have a little conversation with themselves before they act on some shit. And we all talking to ourselves all the time. Alright? But when you got the sun conjunct Mercury, it's like Mercury a goddamn little MacBook. Alright? So that little nigga be processing everything. It governs your thoughts. It's the fastest moving planet. So think about how much we think a day. So that lets you know how much we use Mercury. So when you have Mercury by the sun, when you about to take actions on something, or when you're paying attention to something, you feel me? You're going to take your time to break it down a little bit mentally. You're going to take your time to see the details in some shit a little bit more. Yo, you could hit, what's the name, see if he delivered? Yeah. So, no, matter of fact, I'm bugging the fuck out. No, I don't want that. Yo, you see how I have to break this shit? Oh my god, this is bad. So look, so you really gonna get into your studying people's actions bag. If you dated somebody with a Mercury, if you have a relative, a friend, or you dating somebody now with a sun conjunct Mercury, just understand that when it comes to your actions, they don't miss a detail. When you talking to them, they don't miss a detail. They hear everything. All right. Most people that got sun by Mercury, you might have Mercury in Virgo. You might. I don't think you got Mercury in Libra or Leo. Yeah, bro. You got Mercury in Virgo. Fact. I know for a fact. So, your actions. You dating somebody with a sun conjunct Mercury, and you did something or you said something and it blurted out. Maybe you're a Sagittarius, maybe you're a Libra, maybe you're a Gemini, and you just blurted some shit out and you're like, oh shit, I hope they didn't hear that shit. It's over. They heard that shit. Sun and Mercury heard that shit. They heard that shit, and that shit getting processed. That shit being put in a computer somewhere. They got files and shit. When it comes to people's actions. When it comes to their actions, Sun and Mercury, especially if it's in water. Especially if it's in water. Somebody got Sun Mercury conjunct in water. They when it comes to their own actions, every time they about to, alright, so say I have the Sun and Moon in Pisces, right? Say I be freestyling in the streets, right? I just be every other day, like from where I'm from, we just be in the street, we be freestyling, we be in a cypher, be a couple of us, they be recording it, whatever, they upload it. Sun and Moon in water, every time I go to a new freestyle, my mind low-key gonna be on the last freestyle and be seeing the details of how I just previously expressed myself and seeing the details of that, how I could fix that, how I could work on that. Like, there is intense on an organization detail level like that when it comes to the actions and expressions, all right? So then the next time they dive into that, the nigga flow gonna sound polished because the Sun and Mercury, they seen that, they studying their own actions and the actions of others. They see the details of actions of themselves and others. They communicating to others about other people's actions as well too. So y'all Sun and Mercury's got to be careful of that. Y'all got to be careful of being gossipy. All right. Now Sun conjunct Venus. Sun conjunct Venus. This my water. Oh. Sun conjunct Venus. What's Venus? How do I feel about sidereal? I think sidereal is an added on. I think sidereal is a form of astrology with added on shit to it to confuse you. All right. A lot of them will tell you this is accurate because this is where the stars are at now. When at the end of the day, they're acting like we're in space. We're still on Earth. So it's the relationship between where we're at and the stars. And I don't think they understand that. I don't think Eastern astrologers and sidereal astrologers understand. Like, they're still getting lost in the signs, and they need to get back into understanding the houses. It don't even matter what you want to call the form of astrology. If you just understand that there's 12 houses up in that motherfucker, then you to the root of this shit. To be honest with y'all, family, we kind of not even tropical astrology, and we gonna talk about this later down the line. We low key not even really following the real astrology right now. Like. You know, when we first was finding out that these stars in the sky gave influences back in them civilizations and shit. Damn, they smoking these days. Yo, no, don't forget that. Back in them civilizations, you went by the house your sun is in. Wasn't about the sign. We understood that the spaces in the sky was more significant. We understood that the signs were birthed out of the spaces, were birthed out of the houses. We understood that the houses was there before the signs. So, my sun is in the 9th house. My sun is in the 9th house. So, The real astrological system, that's supposed to be my first house. Whatever house your sun is in is supposed to be your first house. We were called by our houses. We were labeling ourselves by our houses. So my son in the 9th house, people were like, "Oh, Boro, yeah, he a 9th house person." Niggas wasn't calling me a Libra. They were saying he a 9th house nigga. So niggas would be like, "Oh, so we know his actions and the way he wants us to see him is through a way dealing with education, learning, wisdom, spirituality, looking at life, you know, building bigger, broader perspectives of life, expressing what he knows, expressing what he learned." You're a 9th house person, so you know what the person's actions is gonna come with. Why? Because the sun is in that house. The sign is just how you take the action. But if the sun is living in the 9th house, that's the world that it's in this lifetime. My son has the things that I'm paying attention to, the things that I'm taking action on, the things I'm consciously aware on is my experiences. I'm always paying attention to my experiences. When I'm creating a new experience, in the middle of the experience, I'll be like, damn, what does this mean? What is the universe trying to tell me right now? What's the significance behind that? I'm trying to build bigger, broader perspectives about spirituality through my actions and other people's actions. I'm paying attention to other teachers. I'm trying to learn different. I'm a sun in the 9th house nigga. All right. So look at this house your son is in and understand that's the true shit right there. That's your real first house. All right. But we're going to get back to that another day. All right. So Sun conjunct Mercury. This is what we're dealing with. A person is very analytical about actions, their own actions. They're very detail oriented when it comes to their expression, but they could be they could end up communicating and talking a lot about other people's actions and even be talking a lot about their own actions. Mercury got to talk. Mercury got to communicate. So you got Sun conjunct Mercury. You need to align that. Make sure what you communicated and the details that are coming out is the things that's gonna help to connect to the things that you want to take action on. Now, Sun conjunct Venus. Sun conjunct Venus, all right? Sun conjunct Venus. What is Venus? Venus is the tool that we use when we loving on somebody, when we relating to somebody, when we connecting to somebody and we valuing their input, we valuing their feelings and emotions, we valuing their thoughts. We in our Venus bag. We using Venus. When we connecting to our pleasures, something that make you feel good. I'm in a bit of a Venus bag right now. When I hit this shit, I can feel good a bit. All right, that's a Venus. I'm getting a sensual feel. Things that you get sensual feels to. All right, wherever you pick up pleasures at, this is where Venus is gonna be at. So if you have Venus by your sun, when it comes to your actions, when it comes to how people see you, people perceive you, the way you express yourself in a real charming way, soft-spoken, elegant type of way. All right, maybe you Oh, another thing about Mercury conjunct the sun. These people know how to articulate their goddamn selves. Y'all know words out their ass, especially if that shit is in air. Shit, some people don't even be having the sun in air or the moon in air. Some motherfuckers just be having Mercury in air. So you might be a Virgo with a moon in Libra. Your ass be knowing some goddamn words. You know how to find the words. You know how to find the words for some shit when you're expressing yourself. So I'm on a minute time. I'm about to get off this, save this, and come right back on. But matter of fact, I'm gonna just do that right now, fam.